Right, but it contains vital information that's worth taking time out, worth the slog, worth, you feel like it's stress to go through that. Although some of them you don't understand, that's okay, but there's a section for the patient information that at
Okay.
least you can look
Basic
at.
information that
Yes.
even if you don't look at it one time, but when you get some time, you can look at it after.
Right. So in that case, what you can do
Yeah,
before
because
you...
before you continue, it might tell you why you're feeling that way, because there are side effects, some of them tell you.
Yes, that's right.
And if you do not read, you will not know.
You
these
will not
things.
know. That's right. That is why before you leave the counter at the pharmacy, you should almost have a summary from the pharmacist. Okay? Ask the pharmacist to go over the most important things you need to know, including the correct dosage, to go over it, whether to take the medication with or without food, and if you should always use it at a certain time of the day, right? Find out about the common side effects, whether it is okay to drink alcohol, and what do you do if you forget to take a dose. If the drug is going to be administered via a patch or to take through an inhaler or some other device, ask the pharmacist to demonstrate for you before you leave the pharmacy. Okay, so those are the ways that we can fix for the people who don't like reading the labels. Try and get a basic summary as to what it is you're taking home.
And of course,
All
for
those
those who cannot
details.
read,
That's
you
right.
will need someone to read
To read for you. That's
of course,
right.
you ask questions.
That's right.
important, but get someone to read it for you.
So all of these details matter. Since taking your medicine, it is more like baking, right, rather than cooking, because you need to be exact. When you're baking, if you're really a good baker, you'll be exact. Like me, I just throw things. It's me that it's in it.
But you got to have 1 teaspoon of that,
Yeah, that's right.
half a cup of this,
That's right.
2 tablespoons of that.
To get exactly what
to
you're
get
looking
exactly
for.
what you
Yes.
want.
So taking your medicine is more like baking than cooking. So just how important are those basic instructions that you need to know? And we've spoken about them before, like take at the same time every day, take with food, avoid alcohol consumption, do not chew or crush. These are some of the basic sounding instructions we give every day. So that is why it's important that before you leave the pharmacy, you ask what is the summary, if you have not already been summarized by the pharmacist. And then if you go home, for your entry's sake, you can open the leaflet if there is one, because sometimes it does not always come with one because it comes in bulk and the pharmacy has to pre-pack for you. So reading the label is very important.
All right, we'll take a break now from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
In the plus business, all you see when conducting business is just the hand, the money, and the product. Pas on ti smile, on ti bonjour, pas parler pour how you doing. But Kote Quick Care Pharmacy at Halsbro, they brought back the care into healthcare, because good health is more than just a prescription, more than just a tablet or a spoonful of medicine 3 times a day. Kote Quick Care, you can talk to your pharmacist, panic out your concerns, your fears, your cares in total confidence, and the rest of the staff always ready to help and answer your questions. Mary Sandy moi, Kote Quick Care, you can need to look your medicine mama and buy. You can expliquer tout le bitin ba ou. Si vous voulez, you can even get your blood pressure and sugar test done right there. So là, on parle de service, prescription or over-the-counter drugs, Compton Quick Care Pharmacy, Kote Halsbro, telephone 440-8600. Chikolodi, there are many reasons why I love Quick Care. But the latest reason is the Black Lion Pilionilla. It's a booster for my rooster.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tablets and Spoonfuls. Today we're looking at the common mistakes that people make. I call them mistakes sometimes, mistakes too, because they can be very deadly. It's so important that we get it right. Can't afford to get it wrong. Like Dexter said many years ago, get it right the first time.
Yes. So the next mistake that is common is not keeping track of all the medicines that you use. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's a
Sanford.
big one. You're not keeping track of the medicines that you use.
Because you could take it over and over again. I mean,
That's-
not over and over, but maybe twice.
Yes, and other.
Don't even take it.
All right. So the fix for that, we say, is, for example, between vitamins and allergy medicines, between birth controls, painkillers, you can lose track of your medications and supplement. It is very easy for that to happen. Some medications can interact with other drugs. So that's the reason why you have to keep track. For instance, antacids can prevent certain antibiotics from being absorbed into the bloodstream properly, which will reduce the effectiveness of the antibiotics that you're currently taking to prevent it from working at all. So be wondering, okay, I went to the doctor, he gave me the antibiotics, but it's just not working. Why? Because maybe you're using some antacids for some gas, once in a while, but you just happen to be taking it the same time that you're taking the antibiotics, and you don't know that. So you need to keep track.
Everything, there's technique in everything.
Yes.
If a vehicle, if you do certain things to the vehicle, you'll get the wrong results.
That is right.
You get problems.
That's
Likewise,
right.
our bodies, if you do wrong things.
It's a machine.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's right. So, as I said, the antacids have the same effects, for example, on blood thinners and the heart medication. So you have to know those. You don't know those things, but you have to pay attention to what are the medications that you're using outside of the prescription that the doctor just gave you.
Okay, so antacids can interfere with your drug sometimes.
Yes, they can, depend on the drug. That is something that would be specific to the individual. So when the pharmacist, the doctor, and the patient is having a discussion, then it can be brought to their attention. This is not something you can just say, okay, well, this one is acting on that one off the bat. No, you need to have that discussion among the team so that you can bring it to the attention of the individual. And those are not the only troublemakers. They're very common other things like decongestion for the cold, the flu. Certain types can increase the blood pressure. For some people are taking medication for hypertension, and for some drugs for depression, we call them MAO inhibitors. So certain cold preparations can interact with that. So if you're aware of what that you're taking, then there's better intervention. Certain foods can interfere with drugs as well. We've spoken about grapefruit. We've spoken about all things that block certain enzymes with certain drugs, including antihistamine, sleeping pills, anti-anxiety medication, and some drugs that lower the cholesterol. We talk about the grapefruit, allowing the level of the drug to rise higher than it should. Okay?
I mean, drinks like grapefruit.
Yes, for particularly cholesterol. We've spoken about that before. For the
So if you're taking cholesterol medication,
you should avoid grapefruit, period. Some people ask why grapefruit, but the acid, why not orange? But it's two different type of acid. So the grapefruit acid stays in the system for so long that it will affect the anti-cholesterol drug that you're taking, because you're taking it once a day, every day. You understand? So avoiding it totally. It's not a matter of I'll take it about 2 hours after or 3 hours after. No.
It's just not good.
It's just not good to take.
It's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
Doesn't matter how you like grapefruit.
That's right.
That's it. Fini bad. My grapefruit
Well, until the cholesterol goes down and you stop taking the medication, yes.
Yeah.
So the smartest solution for that is to write down everything you take, okay? Including products you use only occasionally. It's also important to do that. An easy tracking method is to keep a list of the drugs, maybe on their phone for people that are into their phones. For the older patients, maybe the family members can help them write it down on a piece of paper, leave it in their little pocket books,
Because I can see how someone can forget medication.
Yes,
sometimes.
it's
You got 5-6 different medications to take. Sometimes you take some and you leave the rest for later because you figure out, all about drug interaction, all of that. But you may forget. Then you might wonder, did I take it?
Yes, that's right.
Or even when you're taking them, did I take that one? You may have other drugs that are not prescription drugs, and you took that, and you might think it's the other one you took.
Yeah.
So
I hope somebody's not talking about themselves.
No. But I have to question myself sometimes, though. Yeah, I have to question myself. Reality check. Did I take that tablet when I was supposed to take it?
Yes, it's very likely that we can forget.
So I can understand that.
And we have a lot of different stuff in the medicine chest as well. So that is why I try and encourage.
Write down what you have to take.
Yes.
Your little pharmacist by yourself,
you have to take that responsibility.
That's
why I encourage
responsibility.
Yes. So that's why I encourage the patients to show the list of medication at every doctor's visit and to your pharmacy, even if it's the same doctor that you see all the time. But you might have gone and buy something over the counter. He does not know, or she does not know. You tell them, or if you cannot remember the name, if you want to hold it. That's why for some patients, I try and encourage them to bring what you're taking, let me see, because some of them, they go to the doctors so often, different doctors all the time. And then even if I have a list on file, I may not be the only pharmacist
they're going to
dealing with them. So I try and encourage them to bring the medication. Let me see, because I would hate to know I'm giving you something that's going to have some effect on you when you get home.
Or you have another one like that in a different form.
That is my point.
Double.
It's the same effect. It's an effect that we don't want to happen. I would hate to know that I'm actually handing you that bag and tell you, okay, go home and take this, when I know you have this else at home that you're going to take, that's going to interact. And then we're going to look at one more mistake: storing the medication improperly and keeping them for too long. Okay, so We want you to try and store it in the original container, at least given from the pharmacy, in a cool, dry place, such as your closet, your linen closet, where they won't be exposed to too much heat or moisture. Typically, a medicine chest is one of the worst storage places because the bathroom moisture can cause the pills to deteriorate, and that's where most medicine chest is in the bathroom.
The medicine chest itself, there's no ventilation in
Exactly.
in there.
Yes, very hot.
Yeah.
And can hold on to moisture. So keep them on a high shelf away from the reach of children. Also make
On
sure...
your bedside table, your little table close to your bed.
Yeah, but you want to keep them away from the reach
Away
of
from the
children,
children.
especially if you have kids that your kids are very curious. And to make sure that you follow any of the medication that need refrigeration, that have refrigeration instructions. Otherwise, your medicine can spoil if it's not in the fridge as it's supposed to be.
Left too much.
Right. So you can choose a large basket or a plastic box to use as your medicine chest. Then do a sweep in your kitchen, the bathroom, your nightstand, like you just said, your nightstand, your desk, your drawers, and other places where you may stash medication. You know, we stash medication all over the place. Don't forget the purse for women. I know that some people put the little medicine in their purse. And
Even
then,
people in their pockets do.
right. And then look at the dates on each and dispose what is not good, what have an expiration date. Some drugs can either lose their effectiveness over time, but others can become toxic, and that's what we don't want. Losing their effectiveness, not too bad, but becoming toxic is what we want to avoid.
That is a big mistake.
Yes. So unless otherwise specified on the label, we don't recommend that you flush it down the toilet. Instead, what you can do, you put it in a Ziploc bag, and you probably can throw some stuff like maybe coffee grains or something that would deter pets and kids, and then throw it in the trash bin or something. So storing your medication improperly and keeping them too long is another mistake. So we look at 4 mistakes here today, assuming that the drug you took home is the one your doctor prescribed, not reading or following the instructions on the drug label, not keeping track of all the medicines you use, and storing your medication improperly and keeping them too long. These are very common mistakes that are made, and we want to try to discourage you on Tablets and Spoonful to get a good understanding of that and a good grasp of that, and do the fixes so that you better manage yourself at home.
Like we said, medication is not supposed to get you worse, but get you better.
That is right.
And so if you do it right, you'll get right results.
That
all
is
the time.
correct. That's correct.
If you make mistakes, what do you expect?
That's correct.
Tablets and Spoonfuls on your radio another Wednesday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back another time, Lord's will, next week, Wednesday. And of course, if you have any comments, any questions, you can call 440-8600. That's
That's
it.
right.
And of course, you'll get a response.
Yes. So have a
Continue to
blessed week.
listen, yes.
Have a blessed week, and hope that you manage this week better than last week.
All right. And make sure you know what you're about, because these can be deadly mistakes. Until then, I'm Felix Anderson.
And I'm Martha Augustus.
Do have a great day.
And a great week. God
Right.
bless.
In the plus business, all you see when conducting business is just the hand, the money, and the product. Pa on ti smile, on ti bonjour, pa pale pou, how you doing? But Kote Quick Care Pharmacy at Halsbro, they brought back the care into healthcare, because good health is more than just a prescription, more than just a tablet, or a spoonful of medicine 3 times a day. Kote Quick Care, you can talk to your pharmacist, pale out your concerns, your fears, your cares, in total confidence, and the rest of the staff always ready to help and answer your questions. Mary sendi mwen, Kote Quick Care, you pa ka ni do look your medicine mama and buy. You can explique tout bitin ba ou. Souvle, you can even get your blood pressure and sugar test done right there. So la ou ka pale kote service, prescription or over-the-counter drugs, Compton Quick Care Pharmacy, Kote Halsbro, telephone 440-8600. Chikolodi, there are many reasons why I love Quick Care. But the latest reason is the Black Lion Pillionilla. It's a booster for my rooster.
Tablets and spoonfuls of society care pharmacy. Tablets